This is Aussie Mac Zone. We'll cover everything Apple, including Macs, iPhones, iPads, and more. All this from an Aussie perspective. Sit back, relax, insert yourself into the zone. The Aussie Mac Zone.
Hello everybody, welcome to show 165 of Aussie Mac Zone. And of course, we are brought to you by ATH Web Hosting at athwebhosting.com.au. Australian servers, affordable competitive plans, domain registration, instant activation, accepts PayPal as well as other cards, and uses the great cPanel, the industry standard, user-friendly and feature-rich control panel, all from $5.95 per month. And if you have any hassle, just drop Glenn a line. You may be thinking that you're having a hassle setting it up. Quickly email to Glenn and he might be able to sort it out really quick for you. So, I'm not going to start with the Apple event. I'm going to start with the Apple Finance event. Unfortunately, also, Garth couldn't be with us. He just had a late emergency that he had to deal with. So, I'm sorry, you just got me again. So, Apple announced financial results for its fiscal 2016 fourth quarter, ended September 24. And the company posted quarterly revenue of 46.9 with a net income of $9 billion, or $1.67 per diluted share. And these results compare to $51.5 billion with a net income of $11.1. So we're talking $2 billion difference since the previous financial year. But what's $2 billion in, 46? Not bad, is it? $46 billion. Gross margin was 38 compared to 39.9. So, they're still making plenty of money. And international sales accounted for 62% of the quarter's revenue. Now, in the quotes, our strong September quarter results cap a very successful fiscal 2016 for Apple. We're thrilled with the customer response to iPhone 7, iPhone 7 Plus, and Apple Watch Series 2, as well as the incredible momentum of our services business, where the revenue grew 24% to set another all-time record. We're pleased to have generated a $16.1 billion in operating cash flow, a new record for the September quarter. We also returned $9.3 billion to investors through dividends and share repurchases. And they've now completed over $186 billion of capital return program, where they're actually buying everybody's shares back. And not only that, they're providing the following guidance for the first quarter, which is Apple's funny quarters is from now till October, November, December, yeah. So that's their first quarter. So Apple's providing this guidance, a revenue of 76 to 78 billion, gross margin between 38 and 38.5. Expenses will be about $7 billion, $400 million more income. Other income. So that could be lots of things. So how's that compare? 76 versus, which is the Christmas quarter, of course, 46.9. So nearly double. So, yeah, unusual. So that's the money. That's where the money's coming from, everybody. Now, here's something. It's been discovered that along with physical function keys, the glowing Apple logo and the old-style USB ports, the new MacBook Pros lack the iconic Mac chime when booting up. This is the distinctive noise heard at startup when the Mac passes the initial power on self-test post checks. Apple has used the same F-sharp chord sound in its computers since 1998. The new MacBooks end this tradition as the chime has been removed completely and the machines will make no noise at all on boot unless there is a fault. For example, currently if there's a memory error, it'll boot, it'll beep 3 times at you. That's an example. However, there seems to be a good reason for the change. The removal of the Mac chime was first noted by Pingy.com, a lesser-known feature about the MacBook Pro. Laptops actually turn themselves on when you open the lid. Current MacBooks wake when the lid is open if they're sleeping, but the new machines go one step further. If they are fully switched off, opening the laptop will automatically turn them on, removing the need to press the power button. This new feature rationalises the decision to remove the startup chime, as it means the MacBooks turn on automatically and silently, and it would be annoying to open the lid in a meeting and to have it make the noise of its own accord. Yes, so no more chime. As a technician, that's something I'm going to miss and take a while to get used to, I think, because it's always a good sign just to hear that noise. So, more information about the new machines. 2 of 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports in the new 13-inch MacBook Pro with touch bar, mind you, it's the ones with the touch bar, have reduced speeds. A support document published by Apple on Friday reveals only 2 of the 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports in the latest 13-inch MacBook Pro with touch bar support full-speed data transfer, potentially limiting the notebook's flexibility for power users. And it's 2 on one side that don't work. It's to do with the bus, the data transfer bus, and it's limited. But on a brighter note for developers, Apple's rolled out promo codes for in-app purchases. So Apple on Friday, did a lot last Friday, rolled out much requested developer tool that allows app makers to generate and share in-app purchases promo codes, allowing testers, press outlets and others access to gated app features. So yeah, the reporter no longer has to spend all that money to get the coins, etc. for the games. They just can get in, use the promo code and go, oh, that's an advantage of having such and such, having $10 worth of coins available. I could buy a gun or an Angry Bird or something. Now here's something, showing our age now. 15th birthday. Do you realise October 25, 2001 our time, which was Tuesday our time, Apple unveiled the iPod. 15th birthday. 15. And it's almost gone. But little ones are still there. It led to a lot of things, you've got to admit. It's led to a lot of things. And a lot of other companies making, there's a company called iSimple that makes in-car radio adapters, for example. That's a whole company dedicated to just originally getting the iPod to work with lots and lots of different radio systems. If you ever try to buy a cable for a radio, if you're putting in a different radio in your car, you'll understand just what's involved. So, yeah, there's lots and lots of things that have come and gone with the iPod. So, we've got some more news about the new MacBook Pros. Despite featuring more energy-efficient Skylake processors, faster SSDs, better GPUs, and thermal architecture, Apple's revamped MacBook Pros continue to max out at 16 gig of RAM. Many customers have been wondering why Apple didn't bump the maximum, or at least give you the option, including Mac Rumors David, who emailed Apple to ask and got an exclamation from marketing chief Phil Schiller. According to Schiller, more than 16 gig of RAM would consume too much power and have a negative impact on battery life. So yes, I'm sorry, Phil. You could have left it the same thickness and given us a bigger battery, maybe. Anyway, that's the reason that we're still stuck at 16 gig, which is fine. Not a lot of people need more than 16 gig. Only pros. Oh, it's called the MacBook Pro. Anyway, the new MacBook Pro has a better keyboard than a 12-inch MacBook. So a lot of people have a problem with the travel on the new MacBooks. They don't feel that action is actually enough for them, and they feel that because of that, they tend to make more mistakes. These are people that are a lot used to older, more the old clicky keyboards, for example. That might have been what we've grown up with. So people do have a hassle with that new MacBook. But Brian Heder of TechCrunch said the keyboard feels more natural, and the individual keys have better give. The new technology certainly makes a step in the right direction. The process feels more natural and the keys have a better give. I still prefer the tactile feel of older keyboards, but a lot of that may just be to do with familiarity. After all, the device was only announced yesterday. Jim Dalrymple at The Loop echoed that sentiment, noting that there is a little more travel distance when you press down on the key. And it seems to me that there is a little more... they repeat a lot in here. I actually like that a bit better. After using both the MacBook keys, the MacBook keys didn't have enough travel, but this one feels much better. So that's Jim reporting. You may have heard him just talking on Twit's Mac show just a week or so ago, where he and Andy were discussing the keyboard and the key travel. So don't forget, we've got Aussie Tech Radio. We've got lots of shows. Aussie Tech Heads, Osdroid Podcast, Your Tech Life, Linking Edge. What else have we got? Yeah, Boys of Tech, The Den. Yeah, there's a few shows there. And just keep paying attention there, because there might be a few surprises coming up with regards to Aussie Tech Radio, and it's expanding its range of shows to just not necessarily be tech. We've also got the Aussie Tech Security Podcast. They've just put out a new one. And we've got the Aussie Tech Heads podcast, of course. So you can go to iTunes and subscribe to them, or anywhere you like just to subscribe to them, or just go and get your RSS feed. So we're nearly done here, unfortunately, because Garth's not here to chatter and make us expand. But one of the questions that came up, a lot of the questions that came up, how do I get and insert whatever you like here, to work with the new MacBook Pros? The answer is get a dongle. How do I get my USB mic to work? How do I get my USB hard drives to work? How do I get my SD card out of my camera to be read? Unfortunately, everything at the moment, right this moment, is get a dongle. Cameras will improve their Wi-Fi and be able to download faster, but right now, everything's get a dongle. Everything. We're in that sort of dongle period because it's a massive change all this year. One big change. Getting things, dongles for your phone and dongles for your MacBook, dongles for your MacBook Pro. That's the way it is. So I've got a request for Apple. This is the last bit. I've got a request. How long before I can get a full-size keyboard with a touch bar? It can't be that long, surely. Get rid of the function keys on a full-size keyboard for the people that are typing away lots and lots and using, say, an iMac, for example. So we would love a full-size keyboard, please, my friend, with a touch bar. So everybody, nice quick show for you this week. I haven't got, as I said, haven't got Garth to interrupt me and keep me on the straight and narrow or waffle on or catch me off guard. So I wish everyone all the best and have fun. Thank you.